Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of New Gameplay Today. Thank you for tuning into Game Informer. I'm one of your hosts today, Alex Van Aken, joined by Kyle Hilliard. How you doing, Kyle?
Hey, what's up? I'm excited to see this. I actually haven't really looked at a lot of Hades 2 gameplay, so I'm excited to check this out with you.
Yeah, so we are going to be looking at the Hades 2, the second, I was trying to say the second area of Hades 2. It's hard to do that in the reverse order. Hades 2
technical test number 2, right? It's a lot of,
yeah, this is the early access version of the game, which we have had access to for several weeks now. Game's very good. It's big. And like we said, this is the second area after the technical test, so didn't want to show off too much that people haven't seen for spoilers' sakes, but this is Oceanus. And I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. I'm kind of bearing the lead here, Kyle. Hades 2 is our cover story this month.
Yeah.
Game Informer magazine. That was announced
look at that cover.
Today.
The cover is incredible.
The cover's incredible. Custom by Jen Zee. She drew a fresh image for us. It's beautiful. It's in a slightly different art style, which Jen Zee talks about. In the actual magazine, you can read her quote once the story's actually live.
Yeah, at the time of this video releasing, the issue is not live, but you can see the cover because we were so excited to share it.
Yeah. So let's get to what's going on in this video. So second area of Hades 2, and this is a weapon that people who are only familiar with the technical test have not seen. We're getting a lot of stuff here. There's the Path of Stars. I believe this was in the technical test. If you pick up, the moon goddess's powers, the more you get,
this
eventually
already
you kind of
looks
get this
surprisingly different from Hades 1. Like this does not look familiar to me.
This is unique to just this specific boon, Kyle. And so essentially the lunar goddess, she allows you to have this this special ability that's tied to your right trigger if you're playing on console or on controller. And in my case, I've got this giant lunar beam that I can shoot out after I've used enough of my my mana. And at the bottom left above my mana bar, you can see it currently says 70. And as I use more mana, that will eventually get down to 0, and that's when I can use that big ability. And there's a talent tree tied to it, all that fun stuff. But Oceanus is the second area. It's actually, on our cover trip, I was talking to Greg Kasavin, and I asked him, Oceanus is, to my understanding, an actual god within Greek myth, the son of Uranus and Gaia, brother to Kronos, the Titan of Time and the bad guy in this game. And he said, well, actually, Oceanus is sometimes referred to as a place, and that's the interpretation we went with.
Okay. Yeah, you went in with your research, man. You were like ready to go.
I know. So we are kind of like within nearby Poseidon's, realm. We are in the underworld still, but we are in like the ocean. Essentially, we're underneath the ocean. I believe that's how like the lore works. But I'm using these torches are called the Umbral Flames. I will double check and edit that out if it's wrong. They're these two torches, and you can see it's much more of a caster gameplay. My special is my Y, my triangle button, summons these two orbs that rotate around me, while my main attack kind of flings these flames at people, and if I hold down my attack long enough, I begin to channel a stronger ability, a stronger flame that uses mana but does significantly more damage. And so it's a really cool kit. You can really get some pretty busted builds with this torch. Oh, and we've got a character reveal up here. Check this out, Kyle. So this is unfinished art. So, you know, this is the placeholder, you know, robed character that all of the characters in early access look like if their art
And
isn't
knowing
done.
Supergiant and their art, like, I'm sure it'll look like terrible, right?
Oh,
It'll
yeah,
just
of
be
course,
like a
of
stick
course.
figure.
So this guy seems really into himself.
On my shoulders, unlike many other things lurking about. I'm compelled to give you this. Just as a
God,
casual
Melanos, I love her design.
Yeah, me too.
Give me such tokens of affection.
It is
Already
Narcissus.
got a lot of them, and
Oh, I see what you're getting at now.
spoken for.
Yeah, of course he's really into himself.
To remember me by.
Yeah, and they really play into it. It's really fun.
Yeah, I like how they're like unfinished art. You know, it's not done.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
It looks pretty good to me.
That's look, but don't touch, okay? In fact, why don't you stand a little farther back, and also tell me how come you keep showing up like this?
I have some affairs to settle.
He also just sounds like a doofus, just like a total Chad.
So this is like you meet this character and can interact with them like those kinds of characters were in Hades 1 where you would sort of encounter them occasionally during a run.
Exactly.
Like this
yeah,
is kind
yeah.
of Narcissus is one of those types of characters.
Yep, yep. Kind of in between, and he has some cool boons that he can give you a lot of money. You can get up to 6 silver, which is a resource, and 100 coins at once. I went with the life because the second boss fight in this game is pretty challenging your first few times, and I wanted the health. And we will be showing off the boss fight today, so you know, spoiler alert. You know, you'll have we got a couple more rooms to show off before we get there, but the boss fight. This is one of my favorite boss fights I think I have played in a Hades game. Just the concept of it is really cool.
Cool. And structurally, it follows sort of the template. Maybe template's not the right word, but like the path of Hades 1, where every run you are attempting the bosses every time, and
Yep.
those bosses might sort of shift a little bit, you know, but not too radically.
Yeah. That's exactly right. So the first boss that people will have seen in the technical test is your mentor, who is kind of testing your metal. It's Hecate. And then once you beat her, you come to Oceanus, which is a huge step up in difficulty. I will just let
Okay,
people
so
know.
in this footage, you have beaten that first boss already.
Yeah, yep. I beat Hecate and then I came here. And I didn't show like the transition because there's some story spoilers in between that can sometimes happen. But you can see I'm really going for the boons here. Or do I go for... I have 90 coins. Yeah, okay. I thought I went for the boons this run. And I lucked out. This was like a little... no enemy room. Passive room. I don't know what they actually call it. Okay, this is the boss fight. So if you don't want to see this, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. We'll see you next time. But if you want to see the boss, it's really cool. So
to
if
be
you've paid
clear, at
attention,
the
there's
time
been
of the-
somebody singing in the background track this whole time.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Still practicing. Yeah, that's a cool design. Oh, weird. Yeah, this is, if it's not clear, this is absolutely my first time seeing.
Yes, yes.
Everyone's like, why
So
is
this
Cal
is-
acting like he doesn't know what's going on?
This is Scylla. Scylla. And her bandmates. She's a
So you're
siren.
fighting a whole band? Is
Yep.
the idea?
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
Scylla and the Sirens. So this is a music-themed boss fight. And what's cool is as you take out the band members, their tracks disappear in the music track.
That is cool. So is your okay? So I'm assuming the smaller, like the sort of physically smaller bandmates, like the drummer or like the guitarist, it's like you're trying to focus on them because they probably have the smaller HP pool and you can kind of
Yep.
get them out of there.
Yep, exactly. And they all kind of share an HP pool together. You can see like as I'm hitting the drummer, like it's one bar, right? But okay, so this move right here, when you see this happen right here, you need to get close to the drummer or you will take massive damage. Okay, so I've taken out the drummer. And now you can hear
And
there's no
drum
drums in the track.
disappears.
Yep,
That's
yep.
cool. That's such a nice little touch.
This guitar keyboardist is the most trouble, I think, at this boss fight. They've got like some really gnarly dashes and stuns. Okay, so I've hit the halfway point, and now phase 2 starts, gets more intense. You can see she starts sending out these projectiles that I'm doing an okay job dodging. And then instantly,
I'm proud of you,
yeah.
man. I'm watching this. I think you're doing great.
Thank you.
Oh, the drummer's back.
Yeah, the drummer's
Well-
back. So phase 2 it resets. Also, I've got 3 health left, but don't worry. I trained for this.
I'm like invested here. I'm like, what is happening? What's going on?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I thought you just took some hits. How do you still?
I think I dodged them.
Can't do it.
I'm like not talking.
But I had Death Defiance.
Oh, nice.
Yep. So that is... people should have already known that was in the game. If you didn't, one of the best, things you could unlock in Hades 1 is also in Hades 2. You get a second chance.
Super handy.
But then I'm just like doing an awful job dodging their abilities. There's a lot going on. And if the flames, if I hit those snake heads in the background, like up towards the drummer, those statues, they shoot out water plumes, and so it's just like you gotta be really careful with. Okay, so the keyboardist is dead, the drummer is dead. Now it's just me and the singer, the siren.
Scylla.
Yeah.
I do take it personally, by the way, if you're curious, that you took out the drummer first.
I'm sorry.
It's rude, frankly. I'm rooting for you, Alex.
But yeah, I just love this boss fight. It's such a spectacle.
Yeah, and this song is good, which it has to be because you're going to hear it a lot.
Yep.
So smart, good call, Supergiant. We're going to make the song good.
So we have vanquished the sirens. This level is so cool. But we're gonna end the video before we get to the 3rd level because I just don't want to spoil that for people. Stay tuned. We're gonna have a lot of Hades coverage coming. If you're new here, subscribe to the Game Informer YouTube channel. Like the video to help us out, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.